in a world full of wonders, big and small. The most fantastic stories are the true ones. I'm Wise Owl. Well, that's what everyone calls me. And I welcome you to the Fantastic Facts. Hello, and welcome back to the library. Today, we're looking at some interesting facts. The Fantastic Facts.
A hummingbird weighs less than a penny. Reason: the smallest hummingbird species, like the bee hummingbird of Cuba, weighs about 1.6 to 2 grams. A U.S. penny minted after 1982 weighs 2.5 grams. Their tiny size is an adaptation for an energy-intensive lifestyle of hovering flight, which requires incredible wing speed, up to 80 beats per second, and a high metabolism. Being ultra-lightweight minimizes the energy needed for this feat. Sloths only come down from their trees about once a week to defecate. Reason: this is a mysterious and dangerous behavior for such a vulnerable animal. Theories suggest it may be an instinctual act to fertilize their host tree by burying their waste at the base, maintaining a symbiotic relationship. Another theory is it helps maintain the ecosystem of algae and moths that live in their fur. Coming to the ground makes them easy targets for predators, so it must confer a significant evolutionary benefit. Polar bears have black skin underneath their white fur. Reason: the black skin acts as a thermal absorber. While the translucent, hollow guard hairs scatter light to appear white, providing camouflage, they also allow ultraviolet light to pass through to the black skin. This efficiently absorbs the sun's radiant heat, which is crucial for an animal living in a cold environment. The hollow fur also provides excellent insulation. Koalas have fingerprints almost identical to human ones. Reason: this is a striking case of convergent evolution. Koalas, being arboreal, tree-dwelling mammals, developed finely ridged fingerprints to provide a better grip when climbing and grasping eucalyptus leaves. The pattern of loops and whorls is so similar to a human's that it can potentially confuse crime scene investigators in Australia. Their closest relatives, like wombats, do not have them. Otters hold hands while they sleep, so they don't drift apart. Reason: sea otters particularly do this while floating on their backs in groups called rafts. It's a practical behavior to prevent family members or mates from drifting apart in ocean currents while they sleep. Mothers will often wrap their pups in kelp or hold them on their chests for the same reason. It's a clear display of social bonding with a vital survival function. A seahorse is the only animal where the male gives birth. Reason: in seahorses and their close relatives, pipefish and sea dragons, the males have a specialized brood pouch on their front side. During mating, the female deposits her eggs into this pouch. The male then fertilizes them internally and carries them for several weeks. He provides oxygen and nutrients, regulates salinity, and eventually undergoes muscular contractions to expel the fully developed independent young. Giraffes have the same number of neck bones as humans, 7. Reason: almost all mammals, from mice to whales, have 7 cervical or neck bones. The difference in neck length comes from the size of each vertebrae, not the number. A giraffe's neck vertebrae are each incredibly elongated, sometimes over 10 inches long. This consistency across species is a remarkable example of an evolutionary constraint. The genetic blueprint for vertebral count is highly conserved. The sound a porcupine makes is often described as a cute little scream. Reason: when frightened or agitated, North American porcupines produce a variety of vocalizations, including grunts, whines, and a high-pitched, breathy squeal or shriek. This sound is surprisingly high and soft for such a large rodent. often perceived as oddly endearing or cute by human listeners, despite being a distress call. They also chatter their teeth as a warning. A newborn kangaroo is only about an inch long, the size of a jelly bean. Reason: kangaroos are marsupials. Their young are born at an extremely early developmental stage after a very short gestation, about 30 days. The tiny, blind, hairless, and jelly bean-sized neonate must use its strong forelimbs to climb, unaided, from the birth canal through the mother's fur and into her pouch. Once attached to a teat, it will continue its development for several months before emerging.
If you are enjoying the show, please don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe to our channel. Thank you for watching. See you in next episode of The Fantastic Facts.